What is up, YouTube? This is T1 coming at you from the video. And today we're going to be talking about my top 5 favorite movies of 2015. And 2015 was a pretty good year for movies, as I said in my previous list. So it was actually kind of hard narrowing down what were my 5 favorites. But I have 5. I truly believe these movies are the best that have come out this year. So without further ado, let's get started. Number 5 is Shaun the Sheep. Yeah, this movie was that good. It was a really pleasant surprise for me. I totally thought this movie wasn't going to be all that great, but it was a surprisingly funny and heartfelt movie, and the animation is great. The comedy, however, is probably my favorite part. It's actually a really, really funny movie, the funniest I've seen all year, which was definitely unexpected. It's also a very sincere and earnest movie with some genuinely heartfelt moments in this movie, some of which were actually pretty emotional, and that's always a plus with me. So Shaun the Sheep is probably the best kids movie that's come out this year. It was excellent. I loved it. Let's move on to number 4, which is Creed. Now, I'm not a big fan of the Rocky movies. I'm not overly attached to that franchise, but Creed was great. It's a really character-driven movie, and all the characters are fleshed out and interesting. It's also a really emotional movie with some really gritty, visceral boxing scenes and possibly the best cinematography I've seen all year. Every performance in this film is also just excellent. Michael B. Jordan impressed me especially, but the others can't be left out either. Sylvester Stallone honestly gave the best performance I've seen all year. I mean, he made me cry at one point. I mean, what else can I say? But Creed just rocks, man. Number 3, Inside Out. Inside Out, I was actually kind of skeptical about this because Pixar has had several blunders in the past few years. Brave, Cars 2, Monster University are all pretty mediocre films. But Pixar hit it out of the park this year. This is a really funny movie and a really emotional film as well, and it may be the best thing they've made since Toy Story 3. Mostly, in my opinion, because of the excellent voice acting and animation, and a message that is pretty relevant in today's world, but it never felt forced, which is really important in a film like this. The idea is also just brilliant, and yeah, I know others have done it, but none have done it this well. Pixar proves that even though they've had a few missteps, they can still deliver a truly fantastic experience. Number 2 is Star Wars The Force Awakens. Yeah, you knew it was going to be on the list somewhere. The greatest film trilogy of all time finally has a modern day installment worthy of that name. J.J. Abrams has restored Star Wars to its former glory, and it feels so damn good to say that, guys. I mean, really, I feel just giddy saying that we have another good Star Wars film. The characters, both new and old, are absolutely fantastic in this film, with highlights being the villain, Kylo Ren, who is one of the most human antagonists, if not the most human antagonist we have had in a Star Wars movie, and my personal favorite, Poe Dameron. That guy was awesome. On top of that, the action scenes are absolutely incredible, with some of the best this franchise has ever had. Top that off with some really refreshing and nice creature effects that are actually practical, and some truly excellent dialogue. And you've got yourself the best Star Wars since Empire Strikes Back. Now you might be wondering, what could possibly top a Star Wars movie? Not just Star Wars movie, a great Star Wars movie. Well, as much as I love The Force Awakens, there was one movie this year that wowed me even more. And that is my number 1 pick, which is Mad Max Fury Road. This could be the greatest action film ever made. I'm not kidding. The story is simple enough to be easily understood, but by no means is it a bad story. The cinematography is also great, and these are hands down some of the best action scenes I have ever seen. Straight up. Despite being the 4th in a franchise, it really did feel fresh and new. I really didn't see anything else like it this year, or really ever for that matter. George Miller has reinvigorated this franchise and given it its best installment, in my opinion. This isn't just the best movie of the year. This could be the best of all time. I love this film so much, and I love it even more every time I see it. This could be the Citizen Kane of action filmmaking. So yeah, Mad Max Fury Road is easily my favorite of this year. I loved it. This is T1 signing out.